though, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's been a change at the top of World Wrestling Entertainment, Boris.
Oh, really?
Vince McMahon. Yeah, what? I know, right? Vince McMahon, out. John Laurinaitis, out. Kevin Dunn, hanging on by the skin of his teeth, to use an expression.
I knew you were going to say that.
So that leaves us with the Triple H regime, the McMahon-Helmsley faction. Boris, it's running the show. So I thought today we would do a little top 10 wrestlers who are helped the most by the change of regime. Top 10 wrestlers who will be helped the most by the fact that Vince McMahon is on an island somewhere, hopefully not one owned by Jeffrey Epstein. Moving on forever.
Jesus.
So the idea behind this list is the 10 wrestlers who have been helped the most, right? So off the post on this list, I have two names who I don't want to include, though I do want to acknowledge. So Kevin Owens and Ricochet, I don't have on this list. They will be helped a lot by the Triple H regime, but I think they were going to be fine anyway. I think it's safe to say Kevin Owens under Vince McMahon would have won another WWE title someday in his career. Ricochet, he was finally starting. Vince McMahon was finally starting to get it. He was finally starting to get more of a push. I think Ricochet would have been fine. They're both way better off now, but these next 10 people are arguably like their careers have all been saved.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I think that's a perfect way to put it, because I think you're 100% right about Kevin Owens and Ricochet. People can say what they want about Ricochet, but he gets his TV matches, right? He's featured on TV. He's won belts, I guess, right? So they were doing fine in that sense. Kevin Owens was being featured. You know, he was given Austin at WrestleMania. It's not like they don't like him, but I think that their careers are going to be helped, and moving forward, they will do well, much better than they would have without the new regime. But this list is people who essentially careers are saved.
Yes, exactly right. So coming in at number 10 from NXT, formerly NXT UK, the A-Kid / Axiom. So this is somebody who Vince McMahon would have never, ever gotten, never understood, no matter what gimmick he had, no matter how many masks or suits he was wearing. But Triple H is a wrestler, and A-Kid is a wrestler's wrestler. This guy is brilliant in the ring, fundamentally sound, can be flashy, doesn't have to be, can bump, can sell, can lock on the submissions, can do the high flying. A-Kid is an excellent wrestler, but a very small guy, soft-spoken Spaniard, and I think he was fucked with Vince McMahon at the helm. But A-Kid / maybe Axiom will be selling masks on the WWE main roster. Yep. I think he went from someone who had no chance to at the main roster to he's gonna be there one day.
Agreed, 100%, man. And I do think that his career is gonna be fine with Triple H at the Helmsley.
I love it, buddy. All right, number 9, and this might be controversial. You could argue she needs to be way higher, closer to number 1. But I'm gonna play the AEW card here and say number 9, Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai's career is much better off now than it was, but I think AEW would have scooped her up eventually. I think they're starved for star power in the women's division, and I think Dakota Kai has a unique, great look. She could have gotten a shot in AEW. So I don't think her career was over without Triple H, but she was never going to the main roster in WWE. She was never going to be pushed as a superstar in WWE, and now she has that chance. Probably will be holding the women's tag team titles before too long with Io Shirai, who also is not on this list because she could have gone back to Japan and absolutely killed it. Like, Io Shirai is so talented. She would have been fine no matter what.
Yep. Agreed. Thing with Dakota Kai, like, just remember, she was sitting at home up until SummerSlam. So already her career has improved since the regime change.
Yes, dramatically. But I do think eventually she would have found a home, even in Impact somewhere, perhaps in Stardom, who knows. But yeah, so I would file Io closer to Kevin Owens. But Dakota Kai, I think, needs to be on this list at number 9. Number 8, Zoe Stark, somebody who Vince McMahon would have never, ever in a million years understood, never pushed. But she might be the NXT Women's Champion by the time that you see this video, even, who knows, or hear this podcast. We're going to break this out to a YouTube video as well. Hence why I just said those words. Anyway, big homie, Zoe Stark, she's an excellent wrestler. She is a worthy NXT champion if they do go that route. And she just doesn't have the look Vince McMahon obviously covets. We can see financial records of him coveting a certain look. And Zoe Stark didn't have it. So she's an excellent wrestler who now has a chance on the main roster. She will be on Raw or SmackDown one day. Of that, I am certain.
Yep. Excellent, excellent, excellent. She doesn't have the Vince look. That's what it ultimately comes down to.
Absolutely. But she has incredible amounts of talent. And I think now she's going to get a chance to show it. Yep. Number 7. This is somebody who I had a lot of trouble ranking. I knew they needed to be on the list, but it was tough to rank them. So we're going to put him here. Number 7, Elia Dragonov. So I do think he might have gotten a chance at the main roster with Vince McMahon at the helm. The thing is, in this political climate, a Russian character, could you imagine how Vince McMahon would have used this guy? Could you imagine what his future might have been? He could have been fucking Sergeant Slaughter. He might have been the Iron Sheik. This could have been Nikolai Volkov.
He would have either been a soldier or a billionaire Russian giving money to the powers that be. That would have been his gimmick. Yeah,
I think he's close. I think Vince McMahon would have seen this guy and said soldier. I think you nailed the first one. But either way, it would have been bad and offensive and dumb. And I think he can come in and just be an excellent wrestler. So Elia Dragonov is somebody whose career has been quietly saved by Triple H's taking over WWE.
I like how you use Triple H and takeover. I like that.
Plant the seed into the universe's head.
Exactly.
Number 6, Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate is someone who should have been on the main roster 5 years ago, probably. And now I think he's got a chance. Tyler Bate, spoiler, big flashing spoiler, NXT UK spoiler. Your current NXT UK champion, Tyler Bate, is he's going to the main roster sooner than later. In fact, he might be wrestling on Clash at the Castle. Yeah, Tyler Bate going from absolutely no chance Vince McMahon would ever understand or push this guy to Triple H will give him a shot. Somebody we've already seen that happen to some extent on WWE Raw. Number 5, Tommaso Champa, a.k.a. Champa at this point. He is, did he get his first name back yet?
Not yet. But he has gotten a hell of a match and a hell of a couple-week run since the regime change.
Absolutely, yeah. So he won a triple threat match, beat AJ Styles to earn a WWE US title match against Bobby Lashley, which was awesome. Really good match. He ended up losing to Lashley, but the push is in order. Tommaso Ciampa is, I don't know if you could ever call him a WWE champion in the future. I think it's pretty clear he won't be a WWE champion, but he is.
Here's the thing, Matt. The way that they're treating the secondary U.S. and Intercontinental Champions. Did you watch SmackDown's match with Gunther and Nakamura?
I haven't yet, but it's on the DVR. I will not delete that episode until I do watch it. Yeah, they're treating the U.S. and IC titles like they mean something. They're important again.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. So I can happily say I can see Tommaso Ciampa as a U.S. or Intercontinental champion.
I think so. I think he will have that like mid-card workhorse role in WWE for the next until his body hole gives out. Really, I would think
he's no spring chicken, right? Like he's 37. No. He's my age.
Yeah, and has had a rough few years in terms of injuries for sure. All right, so our next 4 wrestlers are people who I think have gone from essentially like nothing to potential world champions. So we're going to start here with number 4, Shayna Basler. And the only reason she's number 4 is because she already was on the main roster. She was established. She wasn't going anywhere. But if you've watched WWE since she's been called up, she was very much slotted in a lower mid-card role, tag team kind of role. Shayna Basler is a fucking killer. Triple H knows that. Shayna Basler is going to win the Raw or SmackDown women's title now. that's an inevitability. I would put it at like 99%.
Yeah, exactly. And she does have a chance at Clash of the Castle.
Exactly right. I think that's too early, but in her career, she will do it. Maybe she does it at Clash of the Castle, though. That'd be a really great way to push her, like to really show you that she's back.
I'm very interested to see where this whole Liv Morgan storyline goes, just because of the booze and all that fun stuff. But that's a conversation for the Smack Daddies to have.
I love it. And yeah, we can leave it for them. So yeah, I would say Shayna Baszler's percent chance of winning the world title one day went from like, I don't know, 10 to like 99. But I'm only ranking her at number 4 because she was already on the main roster. She already had a job, but it's still like she's gone from kind of nothing to a legitimate main event player now, I would say.
Yep.
Number 3, someone who went from nothing to an outside shot at a world title one day. AJ Francis, top dollar. Number 3, most benefiting from the Triple H regime shift. He's back.
He's back.
And he's the leader of the crew now. He is the leader of the OG3, which is funny because the OG of the OG4 is not there. So none of these 3 are actually OG. The OG is in AEW, neither here nor there. Top Dollar, I would say right now, has gone from out of the business completely. I don't think he even worked a single indie match, or maybe he worked 1 or 2 since he was fired. He went from out of wrestling to pushed on SmackDown, 6'5", 320 pounds, even in Triple H's regime. Though he likes wrestlers, he still understands you need big bodies, you need big personalities. I'd say he's got a shot at one day being world champion. At least he's going to be in the upper mid card of WWE for a very long time.
Yep, agreed. That's a great call with AJ Francis. Yeah, it's funny just because we talked about them last week.
Yeah, exactly. I specifically was like, oh, I feel bad for Ashanti. I don't think we'll ever see him again in wrestling. And then like 5 days later, he was on SmackDown. So, yeah. All right. So number 2, this is a tough one. It's a little bit of a flex. It's a little bit of a prediction. Holler at me Saturday, September 3rd, when this is born correct. Number 2, Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt. I'm telling you, future WWE champion, Bray Wyatt. Number 2, most helped.
That's a ballsy call, my friend.
It'll be less ballsy in about a week, I'm telling you. Anyway, we'll see. I don't have inside sources, by the way. I might be very wrong. I don't want inside sources. I want to always have the fans' perspective. I'm just telling you that's going to happen for sure. And the number 1 most helped wrestler, I don't think it's debatable. I think it's obvious. It's clear. Karrion Kross.
Yeah. 100%.
Killer Kross, Karrion Kross. He went from controlling his narrative, Boris, to a potential WWE title run against Drew McIntyre and or Roman Reigns. This guy is now a main eventer in WWE. And a month ago, he was on, I don't know, the lower mid card of Ric Flair's first show. Right? Yep. Like this guy's career has just skyrocketed again, and he has old 3 H's to thank. So Karrion Kross featuring Scarlett, by far the winner of this list. I don't think it's close.